What's up, guys? Mickle here, and I wanted to bring you a quick update once again from the beach of Cape Cod, and we have to talk about a huge win Ripple got in the court yesterday. Now, this thing was very exciting. It was definitely a very big win for Ripple, but it's going to have huge implications for another ruling coming down the pipeline in this case. Make sure you guys stick around for that because that is going to be very significant. So the big win we got yesterday was actually Judge Torres telling the SEC they have to show all their expert testimonies to the public. Now, this is very exciting because the SEC was desperately trying to hide these things. Essentially, the SEC experts wrote up a whole bunch of stuff. They were paid by the SEC to write a whole bunch of stuff on why they think XRP is a security of Ripple. They went as far as to make a bunch of assumptions about what XRP holders were thinking when they bought XRP without even interviewing a single XRP holder. Think about that for a second. They're saying to the court what XRP holders were thinking without talking to a single one. Now, that's why John Deaton's trying to get involved in this case. He's trying to go in and say, hey, I'll tell you what XRP holders were really thinking, and let me tell you, they were not thinking XRP was a security of Ripple. That hasn't been ruled on yet, but just today, or just yesterday, Judge Torres came out and said, you know, SEC, you have to make these public. The public deserves to know what you're saying about them, what you're trying to do in this case, and the SEC was desperately trying to hide this, so this is definitely going to be a big win for Ripple and XRP holders. Now, the funny thing is kind of about this thing is the SEC is an agency of transparency, and they are desperately trying to hide all their evidence and all their own reports. In this case, it's pretty absurd and shows how far away they have drifted from their mandates. They are not trying to protect the retail investor here. They are not trying to protect the public. They are trying to win this case at all costs because they know if they lose this thing, they are going to lose a ton of jurisdiction over the rest of crypto. Fortunately for us, it does look like they're losing this thing pretty badly. And now I want to talk about something else that I think is really important. And this is going to go to a very big decision we've been waiting on. And that's the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass emails and the SEC's attempt to apply the attorney-client privilege over these emails. So we know that Judge Netburn has already told the SEC maybe 5 times now that they have to hand over these emails, and the SEC has literally been refusing to do it. They make up excuse after excuse on why they're not going to hand over these emails, and they're essentially on their last excuse right now, which is the attorney-client privilege. Now, the SEC has already said that if Judge Netburn denies their attorney-client privilege motion over the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass emails, so they would have to hand them over to Ripple, that the SEC is actually going to appeal this decision to Judge Torres. I think at this point it is highly probable that Judge Netburn is going to deny the SEC's attempt to apply the attorney-client privilege. And the reason for that is she's already denied over 5 other attempts by the SEC to do a very similar thing. And it would just be very inconsistent for her to go against her prior rulings. I think it'd be really hard to rationalize, and Judge Netburn does not seem like a judge who would do this. Now, the very interesting thing that we learned is actually that we do not anymore think that Judge Torres would allow the SEC to get away with this either. And that's because now we have seen Judge Torres multiple times lean towards transparency for the public. If this decision on Bill Hinman's Ethereum free pass emails does get denied by Judge Netburn and the SEC does appeal it to Judge Torres, then I think it is obvious now, based on what we have seen on a Judge Torres, that she is also going to deny this and make the SEC hand over these emails to Ripple. This is such a good thing to know, and it's so nice to see that Judge Torres wants the public to be able to track this case. We know that the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass emails are one of the most important things in this case, and therefore there's little doubt in my mind that if it comes to Judge Torres, she is going to make the SEC hand these over. Definitely a big development, and John Deaton has gone on record, and honestly, most of the lawyers following this case all tend to agree once the SEC is actually forced to hand over these emails. And I mean actually, not told by the court, but once they do not have any more decisions, no more routes to run, they have to hand over these emails, the case will settle within 60 days. And I really do agree with this. We haven't seen the SEC actually force a hand over these emails yet. They've been able to delay, and delay. They've been delaying for over a year now. That's why it seems like we've never gotten the settlement we've all been expecting. But the real reason we haven't seen it is we've actually almost made zero progress in terms of these emails over the last year of this case. Yes, we've shut down a bunch of the SEC's different arguments and we've made progress that way, but the SEC still hasn't made a single move to hand over a single email to Ripple, so they've had no incentive to actually go to Ripple and force a settlement. Until we see some action on these emails, until we see the SEC forced to start making moves and start handing over these emails, they're going to keep delaying because a delay is the SEC's best weapon. Right now, the SEC does not have any facts. They do not have any evidence to prove that XRP is a security. They have actually spent this entire case that they brought against Ripple, and this is pretty funny. This is one of the funniest things about this entire thing. The SEC brought this entire case against Ripple, right? They brought this case against Ripple. They sued Brad Garlinghouse. They sued Chris Larson. They did all this stuff. They sued for multi-billions of dollars about how XRP is a security of Ripple, right? This entire case, this entire time, they have not spent any time actually arguing how XRP is a security, why XRP is a security. All of their resources, all of their lawyer power has gone to trying to hide their own internal emails. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. It's like the SEC brought this case and didn't even consider that these things might have to come out. I mean, think if you were working at the SEC, wouldn't you realize, like, hey, they might want to know what we thought about XRP before we brought this lawsuit? It's hard to even imagine how the SEC could not have thought about this or how they didn't think they would end up in this position. I think this is one of the big reasons why a lot of people look at this case and say it was all a plan to bring clarity to XRP through the courts. You know, I was a big believer of this theory at first. It was something that really made a lot of sense to me. I think one of the things that took me off this theory a little bit, and this is kind of interesting to me, is just the fact that we had the Ripple team come out multiple times and kind of attack Gary Gensler in a way, saying he's doing a bad job. I don't think that would be happening if it was all a plan. The other thing is it's drawn out for a very long time. It's definitely hurt Ripple's business model in the US. Also, another kind of key that it might not be a plan. But guys, who knows? If it was going to be a convincing plan, I mean, even I'm convinced now it wasn't a plan, so I guess they even got the most conspiracy theory people on that idea. So who knows? I guess we'll see. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone has a great week. Now we're just waiting for Judge Netburn to rule on the Bill Hinman Ethereum Free Pass emails. Hopefully, we're going to get that. I really think it's going to happen this week. That would be awesome. That would definitely be something we're looking for. Let's keep our eyes peeled. You know I'm going to update you the second we get that one. That one I'm excited for. Anyway, everyone have a great day. And for now, Mickle out.